Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. The stock market collapsing. President Biden's approval rating plunging in New England. Philadelphia's radical DA facing impeachment. Ohio teachers can now bring guns into the classroom. Also ahead, what exactly is wrong with the president? But first, the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropping 900 points in a single day. The U.S. stock market has lost 20% of its total value since January. Hardest hit sectors, technology and entertainment. Shares of Netflix, for example, dropping 7% in 24 hours. Disney falling below $100 a share for the first time in 2 years. Economists predict the American economy will be in recession by Christmas. I believe that recession will come sooner. The president's approval rating plummeting in Deep Blue, Massachusetts. New survey from Civics finds 42% of people in the Bay State still support Joe Biden, but that is down 20 points compared to the same time last year. 44% disapprove. Only a third of voters under the age of 30 think Mr. Biden's doing a good job. He beat Donald Trump, of course, in Massachusetts by 33 points in the last election. Republicans in Pennsylvania introducing articles of impeachment against Philadelphia's very liberal DA, Larry Krasner. Legislators say the radical left district attorney has created a, quote, atmosphere of unchecked crime by refusing to prosecute law breakers. Krasner was elected in 2017. Since then, homicides in Philadelphia have topped 500 murders annually. Last year was the most violent year in Philadelphia's history. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signing new legislation that allows some teachers to bring guns to school. The educators must undergo 24 hours of mandatory training and pass an extensive background check. The bill allows local districts to decide for themselves whether armed teachers will be allowed in the classroom. Latest surveys show 42% of voters think the measure will improve safety and reduce school shootings. In a moment, presidential chaos. Right back. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years, interest rates rising, and a recession may loom. Our retirement accounts are in real danger, no doubt about it. If you want to protect your future, please do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Plus, tell them O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Wow. So please don't wait. Call them now, 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Is it all over for Joe Biden? In 1920, a Chicago White Sox outfielder named Shoeless Joe Jackson was banned from Major League Baseball for conspiring to fix the 1919 World Series. The accusation was that Jackson did not field his position properly, leading to the Sox losing to the Cincinnati Reds. Jackson and 7 other players allegedly received bribes to fix the series. A Chicago reporter allegedly asked Jackson, "Say it ain't so, Joe." Today we have clueless Joe Biden, who is presiding over a collapsing economy in America. Is Joe doing that on purpose? Inflation running a white-hot 8.6%, much more if you factor in various other problems. In addition, the stock market is melting down this month. Home values are dropping in many places, and a scary recession seems inevitable. Yet there was clueless Joe telling hapless Jimmy Kimmel that the U.S. economy is the strongest in the world. Well, it was in Trump's last year when inflation totaled 1.4% and growth was steady. Now, the folks know old Joe is jiving them. An ABC News poll released last week says just 28% of American adults think Biden is doing a good job handling inflation. Not sure, but I think some of those 28% were on crack when ABC News called. A Quinnipiac poll also last week has clueless Joe at just 35% approval rating. Again, who are those approving? So as Joe might say, here's the deal. President Biden is shaping up to be the worst president since indoor plumbing was invented. He's a certified disaster, crack or no crack. Donald Trump did a relatively good job handling the economy. Americans across the board prospered. That's why the contrast to Biden is so shocking. Some conservatives believe Joe Biden is purposely tanking the economy, just like shoeless Joe tanked the World Series. Those folks believe there is a controversy afoot to destroy capitalism. I do not believe that, simply because I closely observe President Biden, and I understand these simple words. He does not know what he is doing. Say it slowly, but it is true. And so we, the people, suffer. Our financial security is at risk. Our personal safety is threatened by criminals who are not prosecuted. 13 American soldiers were killed because Biden unnecessarily ordered 1,000 vicious terrorists released from prison in Afghanistan. Millions of foreign nationals stream across the border illegally, along with tons of lethal narcotics. Does Joe even know that? Instead of primetime January 6 hearings, maybe we should focus on Mr. Biden's performance. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. And I hope you check out Killing the Killers, Great Father's Day Gift, #1 book in the country. In a moment, something you might not know.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1102. That's 800-575-1102. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 40 years ago today, the armed forces of Argentina formally surrendered to Great Britain. The ceasefire ended 6 weeks of fighting off the Atlantic coast of South America. The Falklands War was over. Here is the story told by someone who covered the conflict, me. The Falkland Islands are located 300 miles east of Argentina. The British have claimed the territory since discovering it back in 1690. The French briefly took over the islands, then the Spanish. English explorers permanently settled there in 1774. In 1981, 2,000 islanders, mostly sheep farmers, voted in a referendum to remain British. On the mainland, the Argentine military dictatorship saw that as an insult and began a conflict with England. 1 year later, Argentina launched a full-scale invasion of the Falklands. Under orders from their commanders, the Argentine troops initially inflicted no casualties on civilians. Nevertheless, Britain was outraged by the invasion. Prime Minister Thatcher assembled an armada of 127 ships and 30,000 troops. Took the armada 2 weeks to sail 8,000 miles from Great Britain to the Falklands. All-out war erupted between April 2nd and June 14th. Britain lost 5 warships, including the HMS Sheffield. The destroyer was hit by an Exocet missile fired from a fighter bomber, as the Argentines did perform well in the air. Dozens were injured on the Sheffield, 20 perished. I covered the casualties disembarking in Montevideo, Uruguay. Some were burned head to toe. In total, 250 British soldiers died retaking the Falklands. 750 Argentines were killed in combat, including most of their pilots. Humiliated by the defeat, the Argentine military was swept from power in 1983 and civilian rule restored. And here's something else you might not know. If you visit the Falklands today, not an easy trip, foreigners are warned to stay away from fields and beaches because landmines are still there. Back after this. Supply chain issues have been a catalyst to bring high-tech manufacturing back to the USA. My tech guy, the founder of Brownstone Research, calls it the Great Recalibration and discusses it in his new newsletter, Near Future Report. For 35 years, Jeff Brown has helped his subscribers safely navigate volatile times to preserve and grow wealth. He also answers your most pressing questions, like how to protect your retirement from inflation. What are the implications of a new digital currency and the Great Reset? What will the Fed do with interest rates? And what's going to happen in the stock market this year? Brownstone Research has been at the forefront of major market moves for 35 years. Let Jeff help you by signing up for his newsletter today at a 75% discount, a 12-month subscription, only $49. So please go to jeffbrowntech.com. jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.